Dan, are you scared that Scalise doesn't have the votes on the floor on the first ballot?
I'm not scared. We'll see.
How many votes, Congressman? 10 votes to get it done? 15?
Cell phones.
National file, yeah, we're independent citizen folks. We're not on the side of the establishment. Do you think that Ukraine funding will play in this? Because a lot of people don't want to see more money going to Zelensky, who's been accused of being a coke abuser, a cocaine abuser, and also stealing American taxpayer money. So do you think that is going to play a role in how Scalise might lose on the first ballot?
There's usually not so many of you little miscreants on this. Like
the miscreants are taking back this town, my friend.
How do you like the moniker McCain that you got? McCain 2.0.
There's usually less of you. Like kind of.
I know. Now there's more of us. Now there's more of us. Now there's more of us, Dan. That's how it works, man. When you sell out the people,
really hates you,
then
dude.
there's
You know
more
that,
people holding you accountable.
You should get a job.
Well, you know, I think you should get a job, Dan. Honestly.
I have one.
You do? What? Congressman? Is that a job?
It's literally a job.
You're a parasite. You're part of the parasite class.
You're
proud of that?
It's literally a
Yeah,
job.
we have a W-2 and everything.
You're proud of the parasite class.
Yeah.
You guys are doing well.
You like taking taxpayer dollars to inject shit?
You're not doing a good job walking backwards. You're gonna fall. You think so? Yeah. It's not looking good.
So you like the McCain on record? Like the McCain or don't like the McCain?
How many ballots is this going to
Really
go
care.
for, Dan?
Huh? Don't really care.
You don't care.
All right, you little bottom feeders have a nice day.
Dan, you're a warmonger. Why do you give money
We're gonna go
for the defense industry to keep these wars going, dude? We don't want it anymore. Oh, assault! I just witnessed it. You got that on camera? Dan Crenshaw just did.
If it's acceptable for Dan Crenshaw to stick his leg out and trip, then we have your terms are acceptable. Now it's acceptable for a reporter to be like, oops, your bitch ass didn't answer my question. Oops, did you trip? Are you okay?
People call me terrible names. I'm not allowed to clutch my pearls when I get called terrible names. Like, how could you, Dan? How could you? How could you, Dan? Oh, they call me Eye Patch McCain.
This is like some high school stuff right here. And you'll see right now with his left leg, he clearly sticks it out. Look at how wide that gate is there to try and trip that dude.
The one, the only, Dan Crenshaw, Eye Patch McCain.
Eye Patch McCain.
Eye Patch McCain.
Eye Patch McCain. Eye Patch McCain.
Eye Patch McCain.
Eye Patch McCain.
Eye Patch McCain.
He's like John McCain with an eye patch.
Eye Patch McCain. Hey, Eye Patch McCain. Eye Patch McCain.
Middle MAGA.
What's going on with Dan Crenshaw? You need to get some help, bro. Dan Crenshaw physically assaulted Noel Fritsch, right-wing reporter from National File today. Crenshaw is so unhinged. He has serious anger management issues. Remember when his knuckles were bloody during the speaker vote? Remember that? Dan Crenshaw, how come you think it's acceptable to get drunk on the floor of the House? Allegedly. This was during the speaker vote, so it was January. Oh my gosh, it feels like 3 years ago. On the floor of the House, punch walls on the floor of the House till your knuckles bleed, and then skip the rules package vote. If you are an alcoholic with wartime mental distress, which is serious, please resign and get help. Here he is right here. He's showing them off like a badge of honor. Bro, something's not right with you. He's not fit for office. In Texas, you're going to have to handle that. He's not fit to serve. That's my humble, I'm not making a diagnosis. That's my humble opinion.
Where's going, dude? We don't want it anymore. Oh, assault! I just witnessed it. You got that on camera? Dan Crenshaw just did. Where's going, dude? We don't want it anymore. Oh.
Dan Crenshaw, so this dude's run up with him with a phone, and it's very obvious. It's on camera, bro. Something is wrong with you. So I see it. Dan Crenshaw's like, who's this dude with the beer belly running up on me? And I could probably do some stuff to him real quick. This is like some high school stuff right here. And you'll see right now with his left leg, he clearly sticks it out. Look at how wide that gate is there to try and trip that dude. And he didn't even trip him. He kind of made him jump up a little bit, and he's fine. And he tried to play it off. And then he put his head down like nothing happened. Duh, Dad, you wild for that one. You wild for that one. Did he try to do it with the right too? He stepped up with the left? No, okay. I was trying to see if he tried to do it with the right. It's hard to see. But, it's kind of whack, Dan. You didn't even make him fall. Now, when we used to do that in high school, we would do it a little push because it wouldn't make people fall. Now, that would have been wild. So, look, he put his hands are in his pocket. He acted like, well, What me? I was just trying to cross lanes. I was trying to change lanes. Look at his gait. Look how short his steps are. The distance between his steps. Look at that. You can't even see a distance between them. And then all of a sudden, now there's this wide gap here where he's really stretching out. Look at that. Look how wide that is. He should be expelled for that. I mean, this is very minor assault, but it shows something's wrong. Like, that's not acceptable. He put his head down because you see his head is up, his chin is up. And then after he does the move, he's kind of embarrassed at himself too. But then he puts his head down. So his good eyes try to look back. He's like, oh, I only got one eye. Did I do that? I'm going to be Steve Urkel for Halloween. and then Dan Crenshaw turns left and looks at him. Like, you all right, bro? And then this dude's like, wait a second, I saw that shit. Did y'all see that? Dan Crenshaw's like, okay. These people think that they can get away with anything. He's a warmonger, too. So if he's a warmonger, you try to ask him questions about that war. That's what the question was about. You try to ask him questions about that war, he'll trip you. What's next? What's the escalation after tripping? Now that tripping is acceptable, if nothing's happened to him, we've confirmed tripping is acceptable. What's next? Maybe you can just give him a little touch of like, oh, that's okay. Oops. That was a kind of like a reflex. What's next after the tripping? If this dude with the beer gut would have hypothetically beat his ass, what would have happened? If he would have, I would have had, that's not for me. I'm on peace. But if he had wanted to try to get those problems, because I think that's what Dan wanted. Dan wanted him to get up and have those problems and then say, look these crazy MAGA or whatever. That's what he was trying to do. They would have called insurrection or something like that. These are the same people supporting war, voting for war, and really setting the culture of the country where you can't question them or you put your life at risk. Shoulder checks, Keith Ward, been popping through quite a few lives. Thank you, appreciate you. Keith Ward says shoulder check is next. Yep, you got it. Oh, my bad, you all right? Yeah, that's what's next, just like basketball. You know, if you guard somebody too close and they grab, remember Dikembe Mutombo was notorious for this because he would grab the rebound and people would be smaller than him and they run up in his face and wait for him to foul them. So then what he would do is grab the rebound and he would had pointy elbows. He would try to play it off like I'm just trying to move, but then elbow you in the face. And his elbows were, that's like the dude was like 7 or is 7'2" or something like that. And those are dangerous elbows. Yeah, that's, walking down the street. That was another high school thing. You're in the hallways and somebody might just be like, try to walk in like it's crowded in the hallway. Oh, my bad. You all right, bro? If it's acceptable for Dan Crenshaw to trip a reporter, then it should be. If I don't know where the consequences are. I'll save that for the next segment. I didn't get a chance to follow up. If it's acceptable for Dan Crenshaw to stick his leg out and trip, then we have. Your terms are acceptable. Now it's acceptable for a reporter to be like, oops, your bitch ass didn't answer my question. Oops, did you trip? Are you okay? Of course it is. It would have to be. We are not slaves to you, but the country is falling down. So they play by different rules than you. That's what we're seeing.
Middle MAGA.
Eye patch